everybody, I'd like to welcome you to our live virtual event. I'm Angela with Musick Dermatology.
And I'm Casey, another nurse injector here at Musick Dermatology. Make sure you stick around to the end of our presentation. We will have a live Q&A session. If you have any questions, make sure you submit them, and then Angela and I will answer them at the end of the event.
We also have a few promotions for all attendees tonight. Anyone who wishes to buy any of the RHA fillers, if you buy 2 fillers, you get the third one free, and that can be any combination of the RHA fillers. And also, everyone who attends this event right now will be registered to win a bundle of SkinCeutical products that we will draw for after this time.
RHA stands for Resilient Hyaluronic Acid. It has the longest HA chains of any of the other fillers on the market. And that means that it's more natural, so it takes our bodies a lot longer to break that down than any of the other fillers. It's FDA approved to treat those dynamic wrinkles. Dynamic wrinkles are those that we get when we have facial expressions, smiling, squinting, even furrowing our brow. So it's used to treat those to help soften them. And also because it has those longer chains of HA, when you're talking and when you have that facial movement, it looks very natural, unlike some of the other fillers that are out there on the market.
We brought RHA into our practice because there haven't been any new innovations in fillers in many, many years for us. RHA is different. It is scientifically based. The hyaluronic acid is more like our normal skin hyaluronic acid, and we are seeing that it seems to last longer than most of the other hyaluronic acid products on the market. RHA is a great product because it's so versatile. We can use it in many areas of the face, including cheeks, smile lines, chins, jawline, lip lines, and actually the body of the lips it looks great in as well. There's 3 different RHAs that are currently on the market. There's RHA 2, 3, and 4. Typically, we like to think of RHA 2 being the thinnest and the stretchiest of the RHAs. So it's perfect for these little lip lines, borders, and a little bit of subtle volume in the lips if we're not wanting to have more of a pouty full lip. Sometimes we will use RHA 2 in smaller creases that we start to make on our cheeks as well. RHA 3 is probably our most versatile RHA. We tend to use this really all over. We can use it for subtle volume in the cheeks. Probably the nasolabial and marionette areas are our favorites to use it, as well as creating just a little bit fuller lip. RHA 4 is still stretchy, but it has a little more strength to it. So we want to use that maybe for a little bit more support in the skin and to give us some structure back. It's great in cheekbones, and jawlines is probably our favorite areas for that. Sometimes if we have deep marionettes in those areas, or we need to actually volumize the lower face, we'll use it there as well. But a lot of times in one treatment session, we will use a combination of 2 or maybe even all 3 of them for you.
Pretty much anyone can be a candidate for RHA. It's designed to give you the most natural look. So whether you're in your 20s and you're wanting just more volume to your lips but wanting it to look very natural, you would be a good candidate. Or people in their 60s, for those dynamic wrinkles that they get when they're smiling, maybe up in here in their cheeks, they would be a good candidate for it as well. If you have any question on whether or not you are a good candidate, you can always come in for a complimentary consult with Angela or I, and we would be happy to sit down with you and go in depth on whether you are a candidate or not. Immediately after your RHA injection, you might feel like you've got some instant gratification, but just keep in mind, we are puncturing the skin, so there's always that risk of bruising, and you will have some swelling. The swelling depends on each person, but We like to tell you, just be really careful with your social engagements over the first couple of weeks after getting your filler. You will feel lumpy bumpy, you will be swollen, and of course you could be bruised. The lumps and bumps are something that you're going to feel. It's not something that someone is going to notice. But if you feel comfortable going out and having someone notice that you may have a bruise or a little bit more swelling, then that's just fine. You know, take that at your own pace. RHA is FDA approved to last up to 15 months. But Angela and I like to see you at least on an annual basis so that we can just kind of touch base, see how you're breaking down that product, and then make a treatment plan from there.
Hey you guys, I'm here with Christina. She presently has some numbing medicine on her face. She's been sitting with it for about 15 minutes or so. So hopefully none of these injections really bug her at all or hurt her. We did talk about injecting some in her cheeks to get some nice lift. I'm going to use RHA 4 there on both sides. We're going to also do some RHA 3 in through her nasolabial area and through her chin and chin crease. And then we're going to use RHA 2 to address a couple little lip lines, some border, and the body of her lip to keep it nice and smooth. And obviously we'll be symmetrical on both sides. So we're going to correct this little lip line here above your lip first. We're using RHA 2, which is an awesome filler for these because it just kind of melts into those little lines and creases. And over the next couple weeks, as any swelling goes away, they will definitely soften for you a little bit too. And Christina's nice and numb. Lip filler definitely stings quite a bit. If you're not numb, she might even feel just a little bit of it as we put some in her borders here. We're going to keep her lips kind of natural looking, but redefine them and add a little bit of nice volume. And she has a beautiful shaped lip already. Big pinch. So we're just going to accentuate the Cupid's bow right there. Nice. So all of these RHA fillers should last you at least a year. The FDA did approve them for 12 months. We do know in studies of people that have RHA fillers, a lot of people felt like they last more into like month 15. So you may even get longer than a year out of them. Everybody's body's a little bit different on how we metabolize it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people are super active, high metabolism, and we'll see the fillers absorb a little quicker than we expect, but the majority of people should have it in their skin for at least a year. RHA 4 is great because it's a little bit stronger and sturdier than the 2 that we use in your lips. The 2 and 3 stretch a little bit better. This one gives us a little bit more lift and structure, which is what we want to put back into our skin. So we're going to go straight into the bone here. Put a little dollop back there. Perfect. And usually after fillers, I like people to sleep on an extra pillow for a night or two. That'll help minimize any swelling that you can get. We do accumulate swelling overnight. We always want to know if you have any excessive bruising or pain that would develop or an area that just doesn't seem like it looks right or feels right. We definitely want to know about that. Grab it for me. Nice, curly back. I'm going to come right under this little malar fat pad. So we have these little fat pads in our face, and as we age, unfortunately, they start to separate, and one slides down and one shows up. So putting that little bit of filler under there should help keep that malar fat pad from showing up. Pick that up again for me. So my preference as an injector is to always address cheeks first and upper face because that gives some lift to the lower face because we want to be able to pull this volume up so that we don't have to volumize the lower part of the face as much. Also, I typically try to do lips first just so mainly they're numb because we're just taking off the numbing medicine. So those tend to give people the most discomfort with injection. So we always want to have that in mind too. So I'm using RHA 3 here, and I'm kind of going just right under these lines just to give it some volume and structure under here. But RHA 3 is stretchy enough that as she smiles and she moves, go ahead and smile for me, it looks like natural folds in the skin still. And I'm going to add some volume in through here, and we're also going to address this little chin crease. The RHA products are fantastic because they're very versatile in different parts of the face. If she was someone that wanted a little bit more volume in her lips, we could easily use RHA 3 in her lips. And this one down here just adds a little bit of support kind of on that jawline so that we don't start to get that droopy angle of our face. So we used 5 syringes today. We used 1 in your lips, 2 in your cheeks, and then we're doing 2 down in this lower face area to kind of address all these little areas where we have some soft tissue reabsorption, where we're just seeing some aging that we really don't like. So we're all done with our injections today. Christina was a perfect patient. She didn't say ouch once, which is fantastic. Most of the time it's not too bad. It's just more thinking about it to begin with. So today we did RHA 4 in both of her cheeks. We did RHA 3 down in through this area, and we did RHA 2 in her lips. Go ahead and smile for the camera. And you can tell she's moving very naturally. You can relax too. But she was a great patient, and so if you guys have any questions, give us a call. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for spending part of your evening with us. I know everybody's a little short on time these days. Everybody's busy, so we really appreciate you being here with us.
Yes, thank you guys. And the giveaway winners will be notified by Monday, April 4th via phone call or email.
And make sure after this event is over that you check your text messages and reply yes. Then one of our office girls will call you either tomorrow or Monday to set up your appointment or a time for a consult to take advantage of the RHA special. I know we gave you guys a lot of information. We would love to answer any of your questions that you might have. Go ahead and in your question box, you can actually ask us anything. It can be in regards to what we've already talked about, or if you have another specific question, we'd love to hear from you.
We can't wait to answer your questions.